Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. You should take them out quickly, don't make me rush them every time. The man said the words, and the eyes of the 9th level martial sages such as Cumberland immediately shrank and avoided. The man noticed that something was wrong, his hands stopped moving, and the smile on his face faded little by little. As the man's demeanor changed, the space quickly became depressing. The air seemed to have turned into glue, and even Cumberland and others had a feeling of difficulty breathing. Don't tell me, the energy crystal this time, no. The dark blonde long-haired man put down the tableware in his hand and said calmly. But this calm seems to contain a terrible storm. Cumberland bit his head, gritted his teeth, took a step forward, took a deep breath and said, "Report to the leader." The output of energy crystals this time exceeded the last time by more than 30%. With a total of more than 470 kilograms. Then what do you mean? The man frowned slightly. Do you want to surprise me? Cumberland smiled wryly, shook his head and said, "Sir, it's not that we don't want to hand over the energy crystal output this time, but all the energy crystal output this time has been taken away by someone." Saying that, Cumberland turned back and ordered coldly. "Bring the things up for the adults to see." Soon, the super Zhao large projection screen descended from the top, and a video began to play on the screen. The dark blonde long-haired man put his gaze on the screen at will, and as the video screen played, the randomness on his face also faded little by little. On the vast sea level, a figure like a surging sun is fighting with a giant of martial arts that is hundreds of meters or even thousands of meters high. The giants of the law have fallen down and collapsed. Between heaven and earth, there is only that small but incomparably bright figure. He slowly said in his mouth, "I am invincible in the world. You let the guide come to me by yourself." Video ends. The dark blonde long-haired man's eyes lit up, and his face showed a color of novelty and admiration. "I didn't expect you, a resource star of the 1st level, to be able to give birth to such interesting martial arts talents. Not bad." The dark blonde long-haired man clapped his hands and stood up. With a smile, he said to Cumberland, "Didn't he ask me to find him? Then take me there now." "Interesting, looks like this trip won't be too boring." With that said, the dark blue spacecraft that had disappeared before suddenly appeared. A beam of light was projected, and the dark blonde long-haired man and Cumberland were all sucked in. Laoshan Temple. Long Bell. In front of a mountain stream that babbles through the ancient temples. Tan Zhongyu, who has always been dressed in a clean white robe, sat casually. His lips and chin were covered with light blue-black stubble, and his martial robe and eyes were covered with a light layer of dust. Tan Zhongyu sat by the stream, staring intently at the things in his hands. It was a knife that was cut in two. Tan Zhongyu has been sitting here for a long time, but he has never found a way to recast the broken knife. Suddenly, Tan Zhongyu's expression moved slightly, and he broke away from the state of concentration. He took out a thin, tech-like, communicator-like thing from his pocket. Glancing at it, a strange light flashed in Tan Zhongyu's eyes. The guide has come. Tan Zhongyu grabbed the broken knife and stood up slowly from the side of the creek. The whole person seemed to have regained a bit of his former splendor. "Then Lu Sheng, you are invincible in the world, when you meet someone from heaven. Is it life or death?" Tan Zhongyu muttered to himself, took a gentle step, and the whole person suddenly disappeared into the vast clouds and mists in the distance, and disappeared in an instant. "Dad, are you comfortable? Is this strength okay?" "Okay." Beyond martial arts. The old god Lin Zhengyue was there, his eyes were slightly closed, and he was lying on the rocking chair with a face full of enjoyment. Both sleeves were pressed to the elbows, and Lin Wanwan, who showed his fair-skinned arms, was pinching his feet. It's too late for Lin Zhengyue's body of martial saint, she has used up all her strength to suckle, and the two small hands on Lin Zhengyue's thigh are still like pressing a stone, and there is no response. Lin Zhengyue didn't care what Lin Wanwan pressed at all, just simply enjoying the feeling of family happiness for 370 sleeps. "By the way, Wanwan, in our martial arts hall, do you have a favorite person who can talk about boyfriends and girlfriends?" Lin Zhengyue asked casually while enjoying it. Lin Wanwan was fighting with his thigh muscles, gritted his teeth, and jumped out word by word. No. There is Daddy. Why, can't you see any of them? Neither. Lin Wanwan stopped, wiped the sweat from his forehead with the back of his hand, and said, they are all brothers and sisters who grew up with me, just like relatives. How do relatives fall in love with relatives? 2. Lin Zhengyue felt reasonable and then asked, what about outside the martial arts hall? Dad, I don't know a few people outside the martial arts hall. Lin Wanwan rolled her eyes and said speechlessly, I have only been out of the martial arts hall a few times since I was a child. Just the few times you've gone out, which one do you think you admire the most? Lin Zhengyue sat up straight and seemed a little serious. This time, the most appreciated. Lin Wanwan rested her chin with one hand, and there was a contemplative expression on her delicate baby face. Soon, she had the answer. That must be Sister Qingshue's boyfriend Lu Sheng. When Sister Qingxue was trapped in a burrow, everyone thought she was dead. Lu Sheng didn't give up his search, but rushed in to save people. If I want to find a boyfriend in the future, I have to find something like this. The Lu Sheng Sejong General Assembly fought the 23 saints alone and achieved invincibility in the world, but in Lin Wanwan's heart, the most impressive thing was the scene when Lu Sheng single-handedly rescued Dong Qingxue. I knew it. Lin Zhengyue had a smile on her face, and was about to guide Lin Wanwan to see if she could have a story with Lu Sheng in the future. At this moment, a thin communicator in Lin Zhengyue's pocket vibrated. Lin Zhengyue took it out to check, and with just one glance, the whole person immediately stood up from the rocking chair. I'm going out and I don't know when I'll be back. I don't have to prepare my meal today. Lin Zhengyue didn't even bother to talk too much with Lin Wanwan, and left the small courtyard in a flash. The leader is here. I don't know if Lu Sheng listened to my words last time, I have to go and see. Somewhere in the crypt battlefield. A handsome young man with a pair of knives galloped through the alien beasts like a god of war, killing blood and blood. The soldiers next to him would involuntarily show deep admiration and amazement as long as their eyes moved to the boy. This kid Nima is a lunatic. Don't kill alien beasts, as if you had hatred against alien beasts in your previous life. The young man killed for a while, and when his stamina was exhausted, he immediately retreated to the rear front. He hid in a safe area, drank some water, ate something, and then directly started to cultivate a body refining technique. After practicing again, the boy opened his eyes, but there was joy in his tired eyes. This military god body training is really amazing, and every time I practice it, it can bring me different insights and help. As expected of a person who stands at the real top of this world, really amazing. The young man made no secret of his admiration for the god of war in his words. After resting for a while, the young man was preparing to continue to enter the battlefield to fight. At this moment, he suddenly raised his head mysteriously, looked at a certain direction in the sky, and murmured in a trance. The guide has come. After saying this sentence, the whole person suddenly came back to his senses. Guide? What is a guide? Damn it! The memory in this body is at work again, clear it for me. Zhao Ji frowned, and after removing some of the memories of his predecessors that remained in his mind, he strode into the battlefield with a pair of knives in hand. Kill, kill, kill. The sooner he kills 10 million alien beasts, the sooner he can return to his own world and take revenge. The news of the guide's arrival was spread the moment the guide appeared on this planet. The global martial saint-level powerhouses who had not rushed to the desert to wait were also notified at the same time. Then they rushed towards the Dragon Kingdom. On the Ninghai Sea. A yacht floats on calm sea level. Dong Qingxue dressed in a simple and cool dress, sitting on the bow of the boat, quietly flipping through a book. Although Lu Sheng came out every 7 days, Dong Qingxue stayed here for at least 5 days during these 7 days. Because this is above sea level, the closest to Lu Sheng. No matter when Lu Sheng chooses to come out, he can see her immediately. Whoa! Dong Qingxue gently flipped a page of the book. Suddenly, she noticed a black shadow falling on the pages. It was as if a dark cloud suddenly blocked the sun. Dong Qingxue raised her head suddenly. In the next instant, the pupils shrank, and the whole person froze in place. I saw that in the sky directly above the small yacht, a dark blue spacecraft the size of a football field was hovering quietly. Below the aircraft, more than 20 men and women, all expressionless and condescending, stared at her coldly. A UFO suddenly appeared on his head, and more than 20 people stared at him. This scene is already bizarre enough. Not to mention the more than 20 men and women, the aura emanating from their bodies all gave Dong Qingxue a powerful feeling like standing up on a mountain. But this weird scene didn't last long. Suddenly, two figures appeared in front of Dong Qingxue. An indifferent middle-aged man wearing a white martial robe with an indifferent expression and a cyan beard. The other is a middle-aged man with a short beard and a face with a Chinese character. When the two appeared, they immediately saluted a handsome man with the most unique temperament and dark golden hair, who was the leader of the 20-odd men and women. Tan Zhongyu, Lin Zhangyue, has seen the leader. Tan Zhongyu, Lin Zhangyue. Dong Qingxue's heart beat fiercely on the yacht. This is the names of the two great martial saints of the Dragon Kingdom. The two 9th-level martial saints of the Dragon Kingdom appeared here, so these people. It should be all martial saints. And it includes an existence that even a 9th-level martial saint would respectfully call an adult. What are these people who are aloof and walking in the clouds collectively appearing here? It's for Lu Sheng. Dong Qingxue thought of this for the first time. What are they doing with Lu Sheng? Good or bad? No one knew how many thoughts went through Dong Qingxue's mind in 1 second. Of course, people here wouldn't care much even if they knew about it. Where's Zhao Ji? Why didn't Zhao Ji come? The dark gold long-haired man glanced at Tan Zhongyu and Lin Zhangyue in front of him, and asked casually. But before they could answer, he suddenly said again, "Oh, he was beaten to death by that one too, right?" Lin Zhangyue and Tan Zhongyu did not speak, which was regarded as a default. At this time, the silver-haired Cumberland came up, pointed at Dong Qingxue on the yacht below and said coldly, "Sir, this woman has a close relationship with Lu Sheng. Just by interrogating her, you can ask Lu Sheng's whereabouts and find those energy crystals." Cumberland wasn't finished yet. Dong Qingxue, who was on the yacht below, had suddenly turned her back and flipped to the sea below her. She was so fast that no one could react at all. But just as Dong Qingxue was about to fall into the sea, her body froze. The whole person is like the character who pressed the pause button in the video screen, not to mention the physical movements, and even the expression is frozen. It's just too naive to want to play tricks in front of us. Cumberland controlled the invisible situation between heaven and earth with one finger, overlooking Dong Qing's condescendingly, with an indifferent expression. Just then. Between heaven and earth, a calm but icy voice sounded word by word. "Cumberland, it looks like you weren't beaten enough last time. Overestimate yourself, the code word is too slow."